Discussion on crimes against property. Chapter 4. This is all about usurpation. What is usurpation? Okay. What are the crimes under usurpation? There are two. Your Article 312 and your 313. In your 312, okay, that is occupation of real property or usurpation of real rights in property. And in your Article 313 is altering boundaries or landmarks. In your Article 312, okay, the acts punishable under this article is number 1, by taking possession of any real property belonging to another by means of violence against or intimidation of person, and by usurping any real rights in property belonging to another by means of violence against or intimidation of person. So, lagi nyo pong tandaan na dapat may intent to gain dito sa usurpation. Okay? And that the offender takes possession of any real property. Ano ba itong example ng real property natin? Example, mga lupa, bahay, okay? Yung mga immovable property, okay? Or real rights in property. At itong property na to ay pagmamay-ari ng ibang tao. And of course, the offender uses violence against or intimidation of person. Ito yung VIP. Okay? Violence against or intimidation of person. Okay? In occupying the real property. Example, in the case of People versus Calleja. Okay, CAGR number 43375, November 18, 1936. In this case, the offender is guilty of usurpation of real rights under Article 312. Here, ang nangyari dito, yung akusado na natalo sa isang cadastral proceeding. Okay, natalo siya sa laban ng kaso niya. Okay? Took possession, kinuha niya yung property, took possession of the land, adjudicated in favor of the offended party. Tapos, inani niya, kinuha niya yung mga ani nung may-ari. Okay? Tapos, nagkaroon ng threats and intimidation. So, liable siya under Article 312. Remember na kung walang VIP, walang violence, walang intimidation against person, the only liability that will be imposed upon you is civil liability lang. Okay? So, example, kung yung akusado took possession of the land of the offended party through the use or through the means, okay, such as yung strategy or stealth during the absence of the owner of the or the person in charge of the property, okay, there is only civil liability. Bakit? Kasi walang violence, walang intimidation. We go with Article 313. In your 313, there are two elements. Okay? Number 1, that there be boundary marks or monuments of towns, provinces, or estates, or any other marks intended to designate the boundaries of the same. And number 2, that the offender alters same boundary marks. Okay? Ma'am, kailangan, di ba sabi mo, dalawa lang yung elements. Kailangan ba ng intent to gain, ma'am, sa Article 313? Okay? Sa Article 313, okay, Article 313 does not seem to require it. Okay? Dahil mere alteration. Ano bang alteration? Alam nyo na yan. Di ba? If, for example, you change the usual, okay, you are changing the usual position of a certain thing. So, mere alteration of the boundary marks, or monuments intended to designate the boundaries of towns, provinces, or state is punishable. Hindi kailangan ng intent to gain. Okay? So, ang alter. Ano ba tong sinasabing alter? Okay? Ang salitang alter, okay, is very general and indefinite. Pero, with regards to Article 313, any alteration of boundary marks is enough to constitute the material element of the crime. Okay? It can be a destruction of stone. Okay? Example is removing a fence. Okay? Next topic, I should say. Sorry. Okay? Next topic is your culpable insolvency in your Article 314. Okay, what is culpable insolvency or your fraudulent insolvency? Ano ito? In your fraudulent insolvency, okay, there are 3 elements. Number 1, that the offender is a debtor. Manguutang. Itong may utang. Okay, mahilig mangutang. Okay? And itong debtor, he has obligation which is due and demandable. Number 2, he absconds with his property. And number 3, that there be prejudice to his creditor. Okay? An example of Article 314 is in the case of People versus Tan. Okay, anong nangyari dito? Okay. Dito sa case na to, okay, yung defendant, si Tanjong ang pangalan niya. Si defendant is a merchant of good standing. Okay? Pero, aglaklako ni Tanjong inchik. Okay? Pero, nagkaroon siya ng maraming utang. Nabaon siya sa utang. Itong inchik na to, nasa Cebu. Okay? Nagbebenta ng kung ano-ano sa Cebu. Okay? Nagkaroon ngayon ng judgment against Tanjong. Okay? And of course, the judgment was executed. He owned several parcels of real property, which he transferred to another to place them beyond the reach of his creditors. Ang nangyari dyan, sinubukang ilipat ni Tanjong yung mga properties niya sa ibang tao para hindi ma-execute yung judgment against him. So here, the considerations in the deed of sale were all fictitious. Gawa-gawa lang lahat na naibenta. Okay? Bakit? Para maitago niya yung mga properties niya. Here, the court rendered a judgment against him. Okay? Finding Tanjong, violated in violation of fraudulent insolvency under Article 314. Okay? Remember, abscond. Ano tong sinasabi nating abscond? Okay? Abscond or nagtatago. The word abscond does not require that the debtor should depart and physically conceal his property. Hindi po kailangan, when we say abscond, hindi kailangan na umalis yung may-ari, yung umutang. Okay? Hindi kailangang nagtatago siya ng property niya. Okay? So, here, real property could be that subject matter of fraudulent insolvency.